I want to just welcome Rajshri Birla now, who's the chairperson of the Aditya Birla Center for Community Initiatives and Rural Development. Ma'am, you of course have had a personal tragedy and a personal battle against cancer. That particular tragedy changed your life. Is that, what are the lessons that you have derived from there, and what is it that you, ma'am, are now trying to do to try and make sure that we can win the battle against cancer?
Yes, I think it is possible to a great extent. Can't hear.
Mr. Birla, can
yes,
you...
this is possible to a great extent.
Yeah.
Is it on or not?
Carry on, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yes. I had a very trying time when my husband got prostate cancer, and I can't hear what he's saying. Sorry.
Ms. Birla, I'll tell you what, we'll just fix the audio in your ear, and we'll come back to you. Can you hear me now, or should we come back to you?
I think please come back to me.
Okay, we'll just fix the audio and we'll come back to you. In the meantime, Mr. Paul, if I can just get some thoughts from you. One of the big issues we were hearing about right now is not just the shortage of doctors that we were hearing, but also the cost of it. And this is where, at the end of the day, if we are to treat the vast majority of people in this country who cannot afford treatment for their children, we've been hearing heartbreaking stories all through the day about little children who have not survived the fight against cancer, not because it could not have been treated, but because the parents did not have the financial ability to fund that fight against cancer. This is where some of the government hospitals will probably have to step up. What is your sense of how we can tackle that part of it, the financial burden on parents?
Vikram, it has to be tackled at two levels. One, as you correctly said, that we need to augment our facilities in the public sector so that people with low resources can access it. And I do hope that as we develop the National Health Assurance Mission, which the government is seized of, we will have an opportunity to enhance access to services and to create mechanisms to connect poor people to high quality services. We are looking at expansion of tertiary care system. Many more aims will come up. We are proud of public sector institutions such as Lore, in the NGO sector, Tata Cancer, and so on. We need many more of them. So that's one part. But in the meanwhile, and even when we have these great facilities in the public sector accessible to the poor, we need to connect these families and to connect the system to the society. There will always be need for the non-government organizations, philanthropy to play a role, and the corporate social responsibility framework of the country provides such opportunity. I think mere augmentation is one part of the story, but at the same time, even in the interim, but even later on, we would require NGOs, we will require the initiatives, the kind of initiative that you are running, to be able to help the families to meet the stress and the burden and the financial catastrophe which looms large. Just want to also add that even in the current system, there are mechanisms. There is Arogya Nidhi available from the central government. There's a Prime Minister's Fund available. And there are other resources of the state government that are accessible to the poor. We need to connect families to these resources that are accessible and will make the treatment of cancer in poor families possible.
All right, sir. Well, Mr. Rajshri Birla, let me try and come back to you. You were telling us about the battle against cancer as you see it.
Yes. I think our country can do a lot if it's done in a concerted way. Recently, our country managed to eradicate polio, which was looked into since last 20 years. People were working on it. And there has to be a concerted effort, like the government, the private hospitals, and a big NGO like Rotary Club. It was very nicely planned. and here we see the results. So we can do a lot in our country.
Just wanted to get your sense, ma'am, of how to tackle this particular issue of so many people simply cannot afford cancer treatment. So what is your thoughts of how not just the government but also the private sector and foundations can come and try and help people in being able to pay for treatment?
Yes, I think I'll give an example of what we are doing. Like we built a cancer wing in a hospital in Pune, and we are going to prepare some mobile vans which would be fully equipped with scans and cans and equipments like that, and those will go into the villages and spread awareness and do instant checkups, and whoever needs any operation or something, they'll be brought to the hospital. So this will be a pilot project, and once it's been established, then we can do more.
All right, ma'am. All the best with those efforts. Dr. Ramachandran, one final, perhaps quick word from you. Your assessment of how long it will take in India before survival rates for cancer with children will go from 40% to the 80-90% that we see in the West?
Not long at all. In my small group of 80 children, our foundation has been working for the last 12 years, and we have only 80 children because of fund constraints. These 80 children, 80% of them are alive and well.
Okay.
The oldest child, he's 22 years old now, he's holding down a job. And the young girl whom we treated first, she was 16 when she had leukemia. She's now married and she's going to become a mother. So what people need to understand, that this is not a lost cause. Cancer is not a lost cause, and with funds and the right kind of people treating, survival can go up to 80% in no time. It's really a question of people coming together. With our foundation, we provide the money for drugs and consumables, but we also very closely supervise the treatment of these children. And it's our panel of pediatric oncologists who do it. We have a big advantage because we have a partner in this. It's the Child's Trust Hospital. They are a super specialty hospital who waive off the bed and lab charges for our cancer children. So we can get a child treated for over 3 years with just 5 lakhs, which is why we have been able to do 80 children. So if people come together like this, the survival can in no time become 80 to 90%.
All right, Dr. Ramachandran, that's good to know. But of course, the overall question of people being able to afford it is I guess, still there. Thank you all so much for joining us, for shedding some light on that. And we certainly hope that overall concern that we've also been having about only having 50 pediatric oncologists, that will get sorted out. Thank you all so much for having joined us with that perspective.